Alright, folks, buckle up because today we are diving headfirst into South of Midnight, a game that's got me equal parts hyped and scratching my head. If you're wondering whether this southern gothic adventure is worth your time, your Game Pass subscription, or your hard earned cash, you're in the right place. I've spent hours wandering its haunting swamps, jamming to its killer soundtrack, and let's be real, occasionally yelling at my screen. And now I'm spilling all the tea, no spoilers included, just pure unfiltered thoughts from one gamer to another. We are covering the vibe of this world, how it feels to play, what's got me hooked, and yeah, where it kinda stumbles. We'll talk atmosphere, gameplay, music, the whole shebang, and wrap it up with some pros and cons to help you decide if this is your next obsession or a pass. Oh, stick around. There's a cliffhanger or two coming your way that'll make you go, wait, what? First things first, South of Midnight drops on April 8, 2025 for Xbox Series X and PC via Steam and the Xbox app. It's also hitting Game Pass day one, so if you're subscribed, you're already in the driver's seat. Ready? Let's roll. Wait, hold up. Did anyone else think Compulsion Games sounded like a band name? No? Just me? Okay, moving on. I boot up South of Midnight for the first time and I'm immediately hit with this vibe. Like I've stepped into a Tim Burton movie crossed with a southern ghost story my grandma might tell me to scare me into behaving. The Deep South setting? Oh, it's dripping with personality. Swamps glowing under a hazy moon, twisted trees that look like they're whispering secret, and this stop motion animation style that's so unique I couldn't stop staring. You play as Hazel, this teenage track star turned magical weaver. Don't worry, I won't ruin why she's weaving anything. And the world feels alive in a way that's both creepy and beautiful. I'm talking fireflies buzzing around, a giant talking catfish who sounds like he's about to offer me some gumbo, and these little details that make you go, ho ho, someone put their heart into this. My first hour was pure curiosity overload. I'm running around, soaking in the atmosphere, and then bam, this soundtrack kicks in. Y'all, I'm not exaggerating when I say it's one of the best I've heard in a game this year. It's got this soulful, bluesy energy that makes every step feel cinematic. I legit pause just to listen, which, if you know me, is rare. I'm usually sprinting toward the next objective like my controller is on fire. But here's the kicker, as gorgeous as it is, I couldn't shake this feeling that something was off. Not bad, just off. We'll get there, trust me. For now, I was hooked, excitement levels through the roof, ready to see where this journey was taking me. But then I hit my first fight, and oh boy, did that wake me up. Stick around to hear how that went. Alright, let's talk gameplay because this is where South of Midnight starts showing its card. Hazel's got these weaver powers, think magical threads she uses to fight, climb, and glide around like a southern Spider Man. The first time I double jumped and wove a little paraglider mid air, I was like, okay, this is slick. The platforming feels smooth, almost like a throwback to those Xbox 360 era action adventure games, but with a modern twist. Transfer walls a big part of the experience. Running up walls, swinging across gaps, dodging creepy fog that's chasing you. There's this one moment where I'm booking it through a swamp, heart pounding, and I nail a perfect glide to safety. Satisfaction? Check. I felt like a pro, even if my cat was judging me from the couch. Then there's combat. Oh, combat. Hazel's got this ethereal arsenal, dolls that possess enemies, bottles that capture pain, cool stuff like that. At first, I'm intrigued. I'm waving magics, unraveling enemies like they're a bad sweater, and it's got this neat visual flair, but here's where disappointment creeps in. It gets old fast. Like, I've been mashing this button for 10 minutes fast. Every fight's in these obvious circular arenas. Walk-in barrier goes up, same enemy spawn, rinse, repeat. I wanted to love it. I really did. The boss fights, those are a different story. Big, flashy, and actually fun. But the regular brawls, they're like that friend who keeps telling the same joke. You laugh at first, but by the fifth time, you're just nodding politely. It's not broken, just predictable. Speaking of predictable, anyone else ever accidentally button mash their way through a cutscene? No? Just me again? Cool, cool. But then I stumbled into this one area that flipped everything I thought I knew about the game. What was it? Oh, you'll wanna hear this. Let's shift gears to what South of Midnight does best: atmosphere. This game's got soul, and I don't just mean the music, though. Real talk, that soundtrack deserves its own Grammy. It's this mix of haunting melodies and deep south vibes that makes every moment feel weighty. I'd be wandering through a foggy bayou, and the music swells, and suddenly I'm not just playing, I am feeling it. The world design backs that up. Every biome, swarms, mountains, this trippy metaphysical New Orleans feels handcrafted. I'd stop to watch the sunlight hit the trees or listen to the wind wrestling, and it's like, dang, this is pretty. The stop motion animation, it's weird at first. Hazel moves like a puppet, but it grows on you. I even forgot it was there after a while. Though I know some folks might turn it off in the settings. For me, this was the hook. The game's got this emotional pull, grief, hope, all wrapped in folklore, and it's the kind of thing that sticks with you. I'd finish a session and just sit there thinking about it. That's rare for me. I'm usually on to the next thing, like, alright, what's next? But here's the intrigue, it's not perfect. There's this push and pull between the world's depth and how you interact with it. Does it all come together? We're getting there, hang tight. Quick question, if a game's this pretty, do you forgive it for being a little shallow elsewhere? Let me know in the comments, I'm curious. So, what was it like playing South of Midnight as just a regular dude with a controller? Honestly, it's a roller coaster. The highs are high, exploring this world felt like uncovering a hidden gem. Every new area had me buzzing with excitement. I'd find these little collectibles like letters or these cute fluff things, and it's like, yes, more lore, gimme. The stories got hard too. Hazel's journey, again, no spoilers, hit me in the feels more than I expected. There's this rawness to it, and the voice acting, top tier. Adrian Ray as Hazel is a standout. She's got this mix of grit and warmth that makes you root for her. But the lows, they're there. I'd be vibing, lost in the music and scenery, and then bam, another combat arena. It's like the game saying, hey, stop enjoying the view, time to punch stuff. I'd sigh, get through it, and move on, but it broke the flow. And the platforming, while fun, never got tough enough to really test me. I wanted more of a challenge, you know? It's this weird mix of I love this and I wish this was better. That's my truth after 15-ish hours. Did it win me over? Mostly, but there's a but coming. Stay tuned. And then there's this one thing I haven't told you yet that might change how you see the whole game. Ready for it? And then there's this one thing I haven't told you yet that might change how you see the whole game. Ready for it? Alright, folks, we've made it to the big finale. Pros and cons time. This is where we peel back the layers of South of Midnight and figure out what gold and what, well, maybe a little tarnished. I've been living in this game for days, probably too long if my neglected laundry piles any clue. So let's break it down and see if this southern adventure is worth your time. Grab a snack, settle in because we're going deep. The pros. What I loved, stunning world. Let's start with the obvious. This game is a freaking looker. The deep south setting, swamps, mountains, that eerie New Orleans vibe. It's like someone took a painting and said, yeah, let's make this playable. The stop motion animation gives it this quirky charm. And the lighting, I swear, I'd catch myself staring at the way the sun filters through the trees, totally forgetting I was supposed to be doing something. It's the kind of world that pulls you in and makes you want to explore every nook, even if there's not always a reward waiting. For me, that's a win. Pure eye candy satisfaction. Emotional Hazel's journey hits you right in the chest. I won't spoil a thing, but there's this thread of grief and hope woven, see what I did there, through the whole game that's legit moving. The voice acting, especially Adrian Ray as Hazel, is so good I'd catch myself nodding along like, yeah girl, I get it. The characters you meet, like that giant catfish Tutu Tom, add this warmth and weirdness that makes the world feel alive. It's not just a game, it's a vibe. I finished some sections feeling like I'd been through something real, and that's rare. Smooth traverser. Okay, platforming, butter. Hazel's weaver powers, gliding, climbing, swinging, feels so natural. I was zipping around like I'd been doing it for years. There's this one moment where I'm leaping across a gorge, wind in my ears, and I land perfectly on this tiny ledge. I actually said nice out loud. My dog looked at me like I'd lost it. It's not the hardest platforming ever, but it's fun, and that counts for a lot when you're just vibing through the world. Boss fights here, where combat gets its redemption arc. The boss battles are chef's kiss. Big, flashy, with mechanics that actually make you think instead of just button mashing. I faced this one hulking thing, again, no spoilers, and when I finally took it down, I was grinning like an idiot. It's the kind of excitement that makes you forget the slog of regular fights. These moments, they're why I kept playing. Quick side note, anyone else cheer when they beat a boss, or am I just that extra? Hit me up in the comments, I need to know I'm not alone here. The cons where it stumbles, repetitive combat. Alright, let's rip the band-aid off. Regular combat is a snooze. Hazel's got these cool weaver moves, dolls, bottles, magic threads, but it's the same dance every time. Walk into an arena, barrier pops up, same handful of enemies spawn, mash buttons, repeat. The first few fights, intriguing. By hour 5, I'm checking my phone mid-battle. It's not broken or buggy, it's just there. I wanted more variety, maybe some curveballs to keep me on my toes, but it's like the game said, nah, you're good with this. Disappointing, especially when the bosses prove they can do better. Underwhelming, depth, this one stings a bit. The skill tree and puzzles, they're fine, but they are shallow. You've got upgrades for Hazel's powers, but it's like picking between slightly stronger and slightly faster. Nothing game changing. Same with puzzles. Says some light weaving stuff, but I never felt stumped or clever solving them. I'd finish one and go, oh, that's it? I'm not asking for Dark Souls level brain teasers, but a little more meat would have gone a long way. It's like ordering a burger and getting a slider. Tasty, but you're still hungry. Facing hiccups, the flow's a roller coaster, in a bad way sometimes. I'd be lost in the atmosphere, soaking in the music and scenery, and then wham, another combat arena. It's like the game's yelling, hey, stop enjoying the quiet time to punch stuff. It breaks the spell and not in a fun, ooh, danger way. I'd sigh, slog through, and move on. But it felt like a speed bump on an otherwise smooth ride. The balance between exploration and action just doesn't quite click, and that left me wishing for a tighter rhythm. But wait, there's one tiny detail I haven't mentioned yet that might tip the scales for you. Curious? Keep listening. So, where does that leave us? South of Midnight is this beautiful, soulful adventure that's got so much going for it. Stunning visuals, a killer soundtrack, a story that sticks with you. I'd be wandering through a swamp, music swelling, and think, man, this is special. But then the combat or a half baked puzzle would pull me out, and I'd be like, come on, you were almost perfect. For me, it's a solid 7.5 out of 10. Not a masterpiece, but definitely worth a spin, especially if you've got Game Pass. If you're here for atmosphere and vibes, you'll eat this up. If you live for tight combat or deep mechanics, you might walk away a little let down. It's like a great book with a few dog eared pages. Still worth reading, just not flawless. That mystery detail I teased, the game's got accessibility options out the wazoo. Toggle that stop motion off, tweak combat difficulty, even adjust the HUD. It's a small thing, but it shows they cared about who's playing. That's a quiet win in my book. Oh, and real talk, if you're prone to motion sickness, that stop motion toggle is a lifesaver. My buddy tried it without and was green in 5 minutes. True story. What do you think? Does this sound like your kind of game? Are you hyped to dive in or waiting for a sale? Drop your thoughts below. I'm dying to hear what you make of it. And if you've already played, what's your favorite part? No spoilers though. Let's keep it chill for the newbies. That's a wrap, fam. South of Midnight took me on a wild ride, and I hope this deep dive helped you figure out if it's your next gaming fix. What do you think? Hyped or hesitant? Drop your thoughts below, and if you played it, tell me your favorite moment. Before you bounce, check out my review of Atomfall, another wild ride that's got me buzzing. It's right there on the end screen, so click it, subscribe if you haven't, and let's keep the gaming vibes going. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.